Grand Concourse Multiplex Cinemas, voiceover take 1. Hi, I'm your host, Alex Ortiz, and today we'll be covering the Grand Concourse Multiplex Theater. In the 1980s, New York launched an urban renewal initiative to revitalize the Concourse Plaza area after decades of decline. National Amusements, a leading theater chain, saw an opportunity to bring a modern multiplex cinema to the Bronx. The company aimed to create a state-of-the-art entertainment destination that would anchor the revitalized Concourse Plaza.
People that ran the movies at that time were the exhibitors. The people who owned the movie theaters, like RKO this or, Lowe's that, this is now all kind of incorporated everything, but back then there was actually a Lowe's family and there was brands. They owned about 50 movie theaters.
Every train stop in the Bronx had a movie theater. So if you were going to visit your aunt on Intervale Avenue and she felt like one of the movies, it wasn't a matter of having to travel. You could just go into the movie theater in Intervale.
You and your friends would gather up a few dollars and say, hey, let's go to see Bruce Lee on Saturday morning type of thing. So it was very lively because it was a neighborhood event.
These single screen owners were preyed upon by the movie distributors. They would only give them whatever crap they had left, and under the least agreeable terms, so they'd be making almost no money. That was what inflated the candy and popcorn so out of proportion, is because they weren't making anything on the tickets. And it came down to, we're going to take all the money, and maybe we'll leave you the candy and popcorn.
Partnered with the City of New York, the Bronx Overall Economic Development Corporation, and private investors, National Amusements was able to develop the Concourse Plaza Multiplex Cinemas and open officially on June 28, 1991. The multiplex had multiple instances of closings and reopenings over its 30-year run due to interior management of the space. The Concourse Multiplex closed in 2009 due to a combination of factors, including declining attendance, increased competition from other theaters, and the overall economic downturn at the time. The theater struggled to maintain profitability, which ultimately led to its shutdown. It closed again on March 16, 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Showcase Cinemas declared the closure permanent in February 2021. However, it was reopened months later on June 25, 2021.
There used to be a theater, I think it's on the Concourse. It's like you had to go underground. I forget the name of it, but it was, I think, on 161st. And I want to say within the last decade, I went to see The Raid, like a midnight show or something.
Showcase Cinemas, the parent company of Concourse Plaza Multiplex Cinemas, was apparently unable to reach a new lease agreement, stating, "This is happening across the board where you sometimes have landlords and owners that are raising the price exorbitantly, where the tenants can no longer afford it, and they'll say it's not worth it anymore. We're losing customers, we're losing revenue, we can't meet payroll, and we just can't maintain a business. We're operating at a deficit, and no one wants to do that." Although the landlord himself has said, despite negotiating with the theater company and getting them to renew the lease, they chose to leave the community. The multiplex closed for good on May 28, 2024. This closure is part of a larger trend, as National Amusements has been shutting down its multiplexes across Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx over the past few years, such as the Whitestone Cinemas itself, leaving Bronx citizens now with just one theater. Although there were complaints levied towards this establishment, it will be missed. It's the place that a community could love, and so we thank you for listening to the history of the Grand Concourse Multiplex Theater.
We do not have enough social interaction for our communities to survive. There's got to be a reason where people sit together and laugh.
Definitely.
Or cry. It doesn't matter which, but together is the operative word, and you get a lot more out of it that way.
For me, it was not an enhancement of reality, it was an escape from it. I'd like to see a movie theater that's much more inclusive of the entire neighborhood. because that in itself will bring the community together.